Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and nope, we're not working on a Chevelle. We're not working on a small block Chevy on an engine stand. We're like working on a Bobcat 3400 today. So, we had a little issue with the belt on this. I think it's a little chewed up. It was dead in the water out in the backyard, so they pushed it in here, Chris and Mike. And we looked on here, and it looks like it had a new oil spark plug belt at 444 hours. And now we are at 873 hours with the belt breaking. So, Mike went ahead and ordered us all the parts we needed. So we got a new belt, and I've already put the belt on. A lot of these UTVs have a clutch that you need a special tool on. Well, on this one, you don't need a special tool. Remember, the writing's going to go on the outside, so you got the drive belt here. Of course, that really doesn't. It's a clutch mechanism, so as this piece goes in and out, it tightens up or changes the ratio on the gears. Well, I guess you call it a flywheel, and that changes your tension and how fast this unit's going to go. Anyway, what I meant to get to is I just walked the belt around. I used a little screwdriver to pry it up and over, and we're good to go. The air filter unit goes right in here. Pretty easy, just pull these tabs off, push a new air filter on there. It was a little hard to push on, but it's a-okay, no big deal there. Now we're going to change the oil on this unit, and I was searching around for videos, and it's hard to find videos on this unit, but the oil filter looks fairly easy to get to. It's right there. I'll find the tank and the plug, and I'll show you how that goes. I think the tank is probably out here. It looks like there's a... Here we go. Yeah, that looks pretty dirty. So we'll change out the oil, and we should be good to go for many, many more hours of enjoyment on this unit. So let's drain some oil. All right, that was a 14 millimeter. Kind of loosened that, cracked it open, and let's see what kind of oil comes out of this thing. And hopefully no metal particles, right? Should be just a normal service here. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, that's nice crude oil there. Jed Clampett would feel proud seeing this come out of the ground. Let's see if I can reach my cap. No, there we go. All right, so we'll drain that out, and we'll be good to go. All right, so I cracked that open with the pliers, and then should come off nice and easy. I'm doing this from the top. You probably could do it from the bottom too, but I don't know. I always do things the hard way, so we'll see. Not much oil comes out of there. So there you go. There's the oil filter. All right, always make sure the old one's same height as the new one. We don't have any problems in there. And then we're just gonna, I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. Probably not. We're just gonna squeeze that in there. Of course, we got all sorts of hoses and stuff in the way, but there we go. Let's see if I can back out here. There we go. Boy, multi-talented there. Running the camera and everything. Okay. I'll need two hands to get a better torque on there, but we're all set. All right, something else. Something else unique on these Polaris units. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to take it out. It's right here. This is the oil supply line back to the engine, and it's got a screen on it. So let's get this out of here. So get that in focus. So this little screen here, we're going to clean that up, make sure it's not clogged up or have any particles on it. Okay, and then we'll put it back in. And it's got a hose attached to it, which is a little bit of a bear to get off, but we got it. All right, so you can see I got the screen cleaned out, and went ahead and put a little more pipe dope on the fitting, and she is all set to plug back in. Put a little synthetic 5W50 engine oil in this, right from Bobcat. Yeah, a little poke in there. Whew, don't pull that on the battery. Always hard to do this crap, but one-handed, but I hope you appreciate it. So we'll give a little glucky gluck there, and hopefully it'll like those 2 quarts. All right, yum yum, eat them up. Crude oil. All right, we'll get the dipstick pack in there, which has 2 functions. It's a cap for the oil and a dipstick. All right, it's a little high on the dipstick, but that's okay. Once we start pumping oil, it should come back down to where it needs to be, and we'll check it again. But one thing I was reading up on is when you first start the engine up, you're going to want to pinch this little tube off and let it run for a couple seconds and then release it, and you should feel a gush of air come out of there to properly prime the unit. But one problem I have is, boy, look at the split on that line. So, yeah, we're going to have to replace that. All right, fortunately, that wasn't too far down. So I just snipped the piece off and then pulled this a little tighter. And really, it's not hitting anything. It's got enough slack there. So we should be good to go. A little mechanic trick to save money there. All right, I went ahead and started her up and made sure she moved forward. And then I got the cover back on here, okay? And then don't forget, you got a little air tube running back here, all right? And then that takes a number, it's probably a 13. I got a 14. So we'll get that tightened up right there, and that holds it on there with a little rubber boot that goes right there. All right. And then we should be all set to put the seat back on and go for a test drive. All right, Bobcat 3400. Put a little label on here. Oil filter, oil, air filter, 525/25, belt 873.5 hours, a little Meldrum's Monster Garage sticker, and my initials, MBM. So let's go for a little test drive. All right, she seems to be going pretty good. She's making some clicky-clacky noises here and there, but I don't know what's normal on this thing. So we'll just take her for a little test spin around the property and call it good. There you go. Did a little test spin and seems to be running okay and moving around okay. It does have a little clicky-clacky noise coming out of the rear end. I'm not sure what that is, but that's issue for another day. Quick little story about this Bobcat. The reason Mike bought it, they were doing a fence job down in Columbus, Ohio, and the bathrooms were like over a quarter mile away from where they were actually doing the work down in Columbus area, putting this big fence job. It was miles of fence. And so Mike bought this so his guys could go to the bathroom while they were working on the fence. They could get there quicker. It actually, you know, when you're paying your union guys the big bucks, you don't want them walking to the bathroom forever. So this really speeded things up. But all right, that's it for the Bobcat today. Meldrum's Monster Garage signing out. Let's get back to some engine projects or Chevelle projects. See ya!